In an age of scientific enlightenment, does the Bible story of creation have any credibility? After all, it's now claimed that science has explained nearly all of the mysteries of life from a naturalistic point of view by showing how life began, how life evolved, and how the universe came into existence.
Not so much creationism, because I'll explain that in a moment, but what the Bible has to say about creation compared to the predominant theory, the predominant idea, which is the idea that everything came about through the process of evolution.
This idea is so entrenched in academia that anyone who dares to suggest that the creation story of Genesis 1 and 2 is anything other than mythical is regarded with contempt. Or, to put it more directly, Richard Dawkins puts it this way: if you meet someone who claims not to believe in evolution, that person is ignorant, stupid, or insane, or wicked. But I'd rather not consider that. Supposedly free-thinking, rational people no longer take seriously the Bible stories of creation, especially the story of Adam and Eve, according to Dawkins. At best, they claim that the biblical creation story and the story of Adam and Eve are just primitive myths. Therefore, religion deals with myths and legends, but science deals with facts and truth. Yet in recent years, this debate between creationists and evolutionists has been fought with scientific data and has stepped up and been waged in schools, courts, and the media. Before we look at the differences between what science and scripture says about how the world came into existence, we need to define some terms. The first word we need to define is myth. A myth is a story that is not true. If the Bible's stories, especially about creation, are not true, then it is merely a collection of myths and should not be taken too seriously. In fact, if the first chapters of Genesis are nothing more than a myth, then the Bible is without any moral, spiritual, or scientific authority. If Genesis 1 and 2 are a myth, then it and the other 10 creation passages in Scripture are wrong. And if they are wrong, the Bible's repeated claim that God is the creator, and therefore the arbiter of morality, is without foundation. But a myth is different to a legend. Perhaps we consider that the Scriptures contain parts of the truth. If this is the case, then it is a collection of legends. This is because a legend is a story that was partly true. But science is not concerned with myths and legends. What science is concerned with is proposing how things work, how things interact, and what can be demonstrated and observed. This scientific process begins with the formulation of a theory. A theory proposes how things should work, should interact, and should behave. It is different to a hypothesis, which is a suppositional statement that attempts to explain something in a way that can be scientifically tested. Ultimately, the scientific method is pursuing facts. Facts are the currency of science. A fact is a thing that is indisputably the case, but may not be the complete picture of the truth, because facts can change. For example, in 1968 it was a fact that man could not walk on the moon, but it was not the truth, because in 1969 Neil Armstrong did. Physical science is geared toward achieving facts, while philosophy is geared toward achieving the truth. Truth is a statement that conforms to reality and is verifiable, and its implications are testable. But some things promoted as scientific are actually myths. For example,